All right. Welcome back. North American Tournament 10. It's DX. Epic one. Better than everyone else. G to the boss here with Duality, bringing you another awesome bottom bracket game. Sudden death right now between 7th Fleet and Cookies. Cookies just got out of the games against Holy Fook Eclipsis. Got knocked down to the bottom bracket, and now they are here to face off against 7th Fleet to stay alive. So, looking at Cookie is the blue team. And thank you for coming back, Duality. I think everyone appreciates having you around to say, smart StarBattle things.
My pleasure,
So
G-Sir.
that's good.
And this is the last round for today, and the last best of one round of the loser bracket as well.
Okay,
So tomorrow onwards is best of three.
Good point. Good point. This is it for today for us. And then after that, tomorrow's all all for the marbles. So let's look at Cookie first. They've got double guardians on the
Cookie is
bottom.
doing something very interesting here.
Yeah, they are being creative. Double guards on the bottom, 2-2-2. This is double Destros. One's armor and one's 4-3. And they went what? Double BCs on top.
And 5 laser BCs as well.
Yeah, the infamous laser BCs from Cookie. So we've got on the 7th Fleet side, PCXL in the BC is range, Prometheum in the carrier for 4-3. Kraken Domes is also a range BC as far as I can tell. Yep. Riker is okay. Riker went with the Boom Boom Destro, and Lillard's
The Seeker Boom Boom strat.
Yep.
Once more.
Seeker Boom Boom. So let's see how they managed to work it out. This is interesting. I mean, Cookie came out all kind of crazy and weird, and they have 7th Fleet pushed in right now. So what needs
I
to
would
happen?
really like to hear Cookie's explanation for this build.
Oh yeah?
I would like to know why they run this. Because to me it doesn't seem very... And I get the idea behind it, you push every single lane. The Destros can hold in mid. They're not going to push, but they can hold. But the 5 laser BCs, I really do not like that one bit.
Fine.
Lasers on BC are, let me just say it, they're crap. They're horrible. They don't have good targeting. They have a low firing rate. They tend to derp out a lot when they're switching targets. And all in all, they're about the worst ships to get lasers on. For a 5-spine guard, that's really good because spines are awesome. BC lasers, not so much. And I guess this... Oh, hold on. Kraken's being pushed. And there's also a push happening at the bottom. Lots of action right out of the gate.
Yeah, man, it's this is really working for Cookie right now. I mean, Kraken gets pushed back. You saw PCXL get pushed back. They are probably gonna have pretty good farm advantage working like this, and 7th Fleet's gonna have to do something about it unless they want this to get out of hand kind of early.
Yeah, the farm advantage so far is 100 in favor of Cookie. But I think 7th still has a good early game here. They have range advantage on their BCs. They've got the Seeker Boom Boom, so if someone, for instance, Bite Light, gets really low, they can just outright kill them. And look, Cookie is being pushed back now. The only reason they were able to push in the first place was because of some derps from 7th Fleet. And now that everything's settled again, everyone's spread out, things have calmed down, 7th is pushing back. And look how low Cookie is.
Yep. So alright, Cookie's gonna finally go in. We'll see what they have planned. You can see Rasputin grabbed his bots, and now he's moving on the outside, and 7th Fleet's backing up already in anticipation of such antics. Yeah, so what do you see as a long-term strategy for Cookie using this particular build?
I don't think there's a long-term strategy here. I think they intended to win their lanes and just win the game from that. But I mean, long-term, they've got Guardians to your Lord. I don't see them going Siege. I don't think that's what the gestures in this comp are for. So I think late game, the Guardians going Broodlords are their option. But they picked up Corrosive, so they're not aiming for the late game at all. They're trying to push hard and get a kill right away.
Yep, they look like they went missiles for their BCs and grabbed scan as well. Sips and needles. Interesting.
Regen is up on laptop, relatively early.
Sorry, I've lost view a couple times. I'm getting pestered by some random nonsense. Fret not, viewers. I'm back. Alright, let's see. He's pushing out. See, BC's with a little bit more in the way of missiles. Regen.
If you notice right now, they have... Their anti-carrier is focused on the bottom. They've got their spine guards. I mean, they have laser BCs, but those aren't too effective. So Prometheum rotates up. He can be really effective up top. I don't agree with them having PCXL and Riker on the top and Carrier in the mid. Carrier's not gonna... You can deny some farm to the Destros, but you're not gonna damage them with a Carrier. They got their armor.
7th's not getting a push. They're in towards their towers right now, so...
Riker's pushing on Dirty Apomat though. No one's set up to warp to him, however.
It doesn't look like it's going to be enough. PCXL doesn't have any shields right now. Wildfire still has half of his shields. Here's Bylight warping.
I think they intended to have PC outrange the BCs, but both the BCs have 9 range now, and PC doesn't have his 10 yet. So this isn't working out too well for them. They are having a push right now, but they're taking more damage than they're outputting. Meanwhile, their Levy and BC down at bottom are getting pushed. But Kira's red help. He has to go heal. He's heavily injured.
Alright, so let's see what happens here. Okay, yeah, like you said, Kira definitely bleeding, has to go back. It looks like Cookie's trying to... They're definitely trying to play towards some kind of, like, thing, like, highly mobile, like, warping around kind of thing. It's like what they're trying to do, so it should be very interesting to see how this works out for them. Exactly they intend to pull. Thing that they're trying to do happens. I don't know. It just seems like they're being sneaky.
Yeah, I'll need to keep a close eye on the Guardians upgrades because that's going to reveal their plan. If they go Broods, then they're going to try to stabilize off this opening. They have the farm lead. They're going to try to take that to a late game win. But they could also go for some less standard builds. And they do have Corrosive. The problem is they have no one to... They don't have any ship that can catch someone. They don't have a carrier protect. They don't have Arbiter or Stasis. So if they are going for a kill with those Corrosive assets, they're gonna have to rely on someone derping or get a good warp trick in.
Their farm advantage has gone down. They're, you know... let's see, looking like they're about 70 farm up, so dipped under 100 for a little bit, but 7th Fleet is moving back, so look for Cookies to once again spread that out a little bit. Now,
you think maybe 7th is playing a little too safe here? They have scan.
Yeah, I'm wondering what's going on. I was just going to ask you this same thing, like, all of these extremely healthy 7th Fleet ships are going back right now. I think
they're going to warp on laptop. But
yeah.
Cookie has scan as well.
Do they have the DPS? Do you warp on double Destro comps like this?
I think they can. If they get on a Guardian or a BC, they can run them down. But Cookie is going straight for the tower. But very fast PDD from Lullard slows that down. But Needles just melts PDD so fast.
Wow. What an interesting way to play that. They decide to just start attacking.
Kira might be in trouble here. Yeah, I like that. They have double corrosive. They got missiles on their BCs. They got Destros to prevent a push.
Riker takes a lot of damage.
They don't get it this time.
Interesting. That was.
And the tower will heal.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So Cookie's definitely they are top of their game right now. Some stuff that we don't really see that much or haven't seen before, but making some good decisions there. I think that I mean, they started attacking that tower, and it just completely threw 7th Fleet off of their game, so
Yeah, they were going to warp trick, but they couldn't. If they did, that tower would be lost.
definitely props to them for that. Looking at this Destroyer Bylight, he's got his improved hull, he's up to 7 armor.
Dirty's playing very aggressively.
Also using Protective Field now, and 350 on his energy, so, I mean, he's making some pretty good money in there.
That's a lot of energy really quickly. You think he's building up to mines, maybe? Or maybe he's just using it for prod field spam.
Could be, yeah, might just be. And you know, the farm's actually pretty even. It's like a 50 farm difference. Laptop Panda's pretty fat, and so
we got a warp.
Yeah.
It's just to save wildfire though. There's not a kill warp, just a defensive one.
Interestingly enough,
for all that we were impressed that they went for the tower, I don't think it actually helped them. The tower's back to full HP, and they took damage on their guards and had to fall back. I mean, they would have had to fall back for the warp trick anyway, but taking damage and having to fall back is worse.
I don't know though.
I think
I'm thinking if that warp trick had happened though, if 7th Fleet would have warped, then they might have been able to actually kill somebody. That's what I'm thinking. The big difference.
I think they might have lost their tower though, and I think losing a tower for an uncertain kill isn't really worth it. I think coming out normally and defending the tower was the right thing for 7 to do.
Which is exactly why I think it was a good idea for Cookie to attack it.
Maybe.
If Cookie had just started running away at the moment that they realized it, I don't know that they would have been able to escape around. You know, we could speculate about it all day. It's incredibly hard to know what's going to happen. But as we see right now, 7th Fleet is going in. And,
Laptop is going around.
Laptop is going around. Now, Laptop's pretty deep on these guys.
I'm not sure what Cookie is doing. They saw Laptop.
They're going for the tower again.
They're going for the tower again.
What's 7th Fleet going to do? Okay, 7th Fleet's going to go for the warp this time.
They need to make a decision now. The tower is dead. They need to get a kill.
Warping. Wow, this is significant. If everybody from
Cookie can warp out,
they will warp out.
They're fine. That was brilliant by them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. There you have it. No more Cookie here. So 7th Fleet decides to go for the warp that time. It's not close enough, it's not fast enough, and they have lost the tower in the process. That's kind of painful.
That was a very smart move by Cookie. That's a smart Cookie.
Can you explain
the
effect of fucking duality? Explain the effect of losing that tower, what we're looking at, why that is significant for anybody who might be wondering.
Well, now they can't two-shot the farm anymore. They're gonna get further behind in farm. Either they have to commit to more lasers, or they keep going their normal build and just lose out on more farm. So this is gonna snowball. For every minute that goes by, or rather every 10 minutes, it's gonna get worse and worse.
Man.
So they can either... If they get lasers...
That was
yeah, it was...
That was awesome. You gotta give it to them.
Yeah, you see Laptop going around and you're like, oh my god, they're screwed. And they just go for the tower and warp out. Perfectly safe. Very well coordinated. I'm impressed.
7th pretty much had to make that decision. You know, do we protect the tower again or not? And they chose not to protect the tower on that second time, and that was costly.
Yeah, Laptop was in a great position there, so I think they thought they could just get a quick kill even if they lost the tower. But that warp out by Cookie, it just made all their plans useless.
Yeah,
so they lose the tower and get nothing for it.
Yeah, if one 7th Fleet ship had stayed behind, then that's...
To cancel at least one warp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good to go, but... Damn. Alright, so...
Also, Laptop kind of hesitated there. When he saw they were going for the tower, he backed off and he went back in. So a bit of miscommunication there that cost them valuable time.
Alright, so what do you think? If you're on the 7th Fleet side of this, what do you need to...
7th still has a late game comp edge. They've got a Raven, they've got a Levy, they've got a Carrier. So I think they just keep going for the long game.
What is Wildfire doing
and
now?
try not to lose the second tower. They're warping back to defend it now.
7th is warping. PCXL's not going to be able to warp because he's got fighters all in his ass crack.
He can warp now. He should be fine. Laptop, though, needs to start warping now.
Warping.
Is he going to stay out to counter warp? I think he is. No, he's warping back now. So, Cookie isn't going to be able to get the second tower. Good attempt, though. They force 7th Fleet back. They got pods now to deal with the ints. 3 energy, so... Oh, they're pushing on Bite Light.
Yeah, there's a decent push on Bite Light here. They've got the lockdown.
Might go down here.
He's going to try to get his prop field up. He's down under 2,000.
Riker's hit really damaged. The Riker might go down instead.
Riker's going to take...
And
yeah, Riker's
lives.
going to die right here. Does he have E-Shield?
E-Shield's popped. He's still being shielded, so Riker will live.
Okay, there you go. So the bots are going, the E-Shields are up. That saved him, but whoa, that was close. That could have been
both
super
Destros
ugly.
very close to death.
Oh, that could have been so ugly. Either team right then, it would have been take. Now we're back in the middle. Man, so what happened there? How did that escalate so quickly?
They saw an opening on the guard and they took it. I mean, on the Destro rather. And they were very close to killing him, but then Riker noticed how low he was in health and they had to back off. I think the rest of the team could have kept chasing and possibly got the kill. But they chose to play it safe, pull back, and defend their Destro. And in the end, no harm, no foul. They both live.
See this guy? It's just,
yeah.
You know, he's in you're in a BC, you know, you're just, I mean, he is just doing whatever he wants to out here. We're about to see.
They need to warp right away if they want to save him, and they are. But this is going to be a fight, no escaping this. And in a fight like this, 7th has the edge, they got PDD.
Oh, there's the pods.
You see Wildfire's already almost dead.
Can't get to him though. Can't get to him, and Caboose has 15 needles. Just decimate those interceptors right there. Wildfire's gonna get out of there. He's gonna take some decent damage, but they don't have enough to do anything.
I think everyone will live, but that was still pretty bad for Cookie. I mean, the push isn't over. We'll have to see what comes out of the end, but they took a lot of unnecessary damage. They went for the same trick again. They wanted to warp on Wildfire and take the tower, and then get right out. But, oh, Rasputin might go down.
Oh yeah,
and no, he won't.
Takes heavy damage. I don't know if maybe there's a launch coming. Yeah, there you see Prometheum, those level 21 ints.
Yeah, the launch won't kill him. He's got 7 armor.
It's way too many needles happening. Oh, he's the... Who's he attacking?
No, I think everyone's fine here.
Now. Yeah.
A dirty though. That was a bad turn by him. They might get him. Everyone's taking turns to fall back, and everyone's dying. Yeah, that BC Wildfire's dead.
Oh no, that's.
Yeah, this is it. This is game.
Oh my goodness!
I don't think that cover by the BC was necessary at all.
What just happened?
And
Duality?
what a trade!
What just happened?
They tried to cover unnecessarily. The Destro was fine, but the BCs turned back to cover him, and the second BC turned back to cover that BC. And in the end, they kill Riker, but they lose everyone except Bite Light.
Duality.
So this game is over now.
What just happened?
Chaos, G-Ster. Chaos happened.
Okay, guys, now, loyal G-Ster TV watcher people may or may not have seen plenty of casts from me before. But what the fuck? That was looking really good for Cookie. Like, such an awesome idea when they took that tower, and it did not work out. So okay, Duality, what I'm getting from you is that they needed to just go ahead and let that Destro make it home, and he would have.
Yeah, he was fine. He's got 7 armor, Ints wouldn't kill him. But the BCs are squishy. And turning back to cover the Destro, that was... The BC was already really low. He had no shields, he was gonna drop very quickly. And then Wildfire, he was already in orange, and he turned back to defend that BC, so... All around some questionable choices.
Oh.
I mean, loyalty can get you killed, it seems. And it did.
Oh man, that's...
And it all came from that one warpin on Wildfire on the bottom that forced a fight that they could not afford to take. They're playing guerrilla tactics here, avoiding fights, going for the tower. And it worked great for the first tower.
Yeah.
But that forced fight, when 7th Fleet had PDD, and a Levy, and a Carrier, and the only DPS on Cookie side missiles that are being cancelled out by the PDD,
Yeah.
so they could log the damage there. They were all red when retreating, but they still would have lived. They would have been very damaged, but they would have lived. I think, anyway. And then 2 BCs decided to cover each other, and they all died. All fell down.
Well, I am flabbergasted right now. That was something else. We've seen some pretty exciting stuff go on today in this first day of North American StarBattle tournament number 10. The last tournament of StarBattle Classic. Please do not forget. Wow, what a game. I saw some cool stuff right then. Much props to both teams. Oh man, I need to take a breather right now. Everybody, there's still games going on. I'm pretty sure Simo's over there casting the Eclipse, if Eclipse is playing. Or, I don't know, is Eclipse playing? I don't know. Somebody's playing somewhere. Go check out the Stream Ninja and get your very last little StarBattle fix before we close it up for today. But it's been a great day. I've enjoyed casting. I've had Duality here pretty much the whole time, and that's been awesome. You have any parting comments for the viewership?
I just want to say, give it up for Cookie. He never failed to entertain. They're sadly out of the tournament now, but they provided some very entertaining games.
Yeah, man, those guys are awesome. So much props to them, and congratulations to 7th Fleet for moving on to day 2 of NA10. So it will start best of 3 back tomorrow, and I mean, there's a lot of good games still yet to be played. So everybody, make sure you come back tomorrow. Thank you so much, Duality. Thank you so much, everybody who watches. Except for Ruma, no thanks to you, because you're you. And that's all we got for you. Peace.
Ouch.